THORChain is a blockchain project that aims to solve one of the biggest challenges in the crypto world, interoperability. Interoperability is the ability of different blockchains to communicate and exchange value with each other. Currently, most blockchains operate in silos, meaning that they cannot interact with other chains without relying on centralized intermediaries or complex solutions. THORChain offers a different approach. It allows users to swap native assets across different chains in a permissionless and non-custodial way. This means that users can swap one asset for another without losing full control of their funds or compromising on speed or efficiency. In today's video, we'll be turning our focus to THORChain, exploring what it's all about, how it facilitates and achieves its unique blockchain interoperability solution, its RUNE token, and the opportunities it holds for blockchain users, enthusiasts, or investors. So be sure to watch this video to the end to get all the information you need on THORChain as you engage with the blockchain industry. Let's get started. THORChain was launched by an anonymous team of developers who wanted to create a cross-chain liquidity protocol that is scalable, secure, and decentralized. To this day, the team behind THORChain remains completely anonymous in a bid to foster complete decentralization. THORChain's journey began at a Binance hackathon in 2018. After the hackathon, the team kept working on the project, but later decided to take a pause temporarily while they waited for some missing technology to become available. The missing piece of technology, as it turns out, were the Tendermint consensus engine, Cosmos SDK, and a working implementation of Threshold Signature Scheme, or TSS. After putting these components into action and seeing the viability of the product, the team decided to seek a small round of investment and worked on a proof-of-concept decentralized exchange, which was later demonstrated during the Cosmos Hackathon in Berlin. In June 2019, THORChain secured $1.5 million through an initial offering on Binance DEX, and the blockchain project has not looked back ever since. Now, THORChain has some unique features and benefits that make it stand out from other solutions. Let's talk about some of them. 1. Native asset security. Unlike many other interoperability blockchains, THORChain does not use wrapped tokens or peg tokens to represent assets on other chains. Instead, it uses native tokens that are stored in smart contracts called vaults on their respective chains. This means that users do not have to trust any third party or intermediary to hold or transfer their assets. They always retain full custody and control over their assets. 2. Non-custodial swaps. THORChain allows users to swap assets across different chains without giving up custody or control over their assets. Users can initiate swaps from their own wallets using any compatible interface. They do not have to deposit or withdraw their assets from any platform or service. They only have to pay a network fee for each swap. 3. Single asset liquidity. THORChain allows users to provide liquidity to the network using only one asset instead of two, as is common with other chains. Users can deposit any supported asset into a pool and receive pool shares in return. They do not have to match their asset with another asset in a 50-50 ratio. This reduces the risk of impermanent loss and exposure to unwanted assets. 4. Slip-based fees. THORChain uses a dynamic fee model that adjusts based on the size and direction of each swap. The fee is calculated as a percentage of the price impact or slippage that the swap causes on the pool. The larger the swap, the higher the fee. Likewise, the smaller the swap, the lower the fee. This encourages users to make smaller and more frequent swaps, which improves liquidity and price discovery. Now, with these in mind, let's take a look at THORChain's architecture, which consists of several components and processes that work together to enable cross-chain swaps. Here are some of the main ones. The state machine. The state machine is a deterministic program that executes transactions and updates the state of the network. The state machine runs on a blockchain called, you guessed it, THORChain, which is based on the Tendermint consensus protocol. The state machine is responsible for validating transactions, managing pools, distributing rewards, and enforcing rules. The signer module is a software that connects to different blockchains and signs transactions using TSS. The signer module runs on nodes that participate in the network. The signer nodule is responsible for communicating with vaults, broadcasting transactions, and verifying signatures. The TSS protocol. The TSS protocol is a cryptographic method that allows nodes to generate and share signatures without revealing their private keys. The TSS protocol is used to sign transactions on different chains using a distributed key generation mechanism and a distributed signing algorithm. The TSS protocol also ensures that no single node can control or compromise the network. The vaults. As the name suggests, the vaults are smart contracts that store and manage assets on different chains. The vaults are controlled by the nodes through the signer module and the TSS protocol. The vaults are responsible for receiving and sending assets, executing swaps, and enforcing limits. The pools. These are liquidity pools that hold two assets in a 50-50 ratio and determine the swap prices using an automated market maker or AMM formula. The pools are managed by the state machine and the vaults. The pools are also responsible for providing liquidity, collecting fees, and rebalancing the network. The bonds. The bonds are collateral that nodes stake in Rune to secure the network and earn rewards. The bonds are managed by the state machine and the vaults. The bonds are also responsible for ensuring that nodes behave honestly and reliably, and that they have enough funds to cover any potential losses or attacks. The incentives. The incentives are fees that swappers pay to use the network and rewards that liquidity providers and nodes earn for providing liquidity and security. The incentives are managed by the state machine and the vaults. The incentives are responsible for aligning the interests of all participants and ensuring the sustainability and growth of the network. That's a lot of information to digest, right? But don't worry, you don't have to understand every single detail to use THORChain. You just have to know the basics of how it works and what it offers. Now, let's talk about the tokenomics of this project. The tokenomics of THORChain are based on Rune, the native token of the network. Rune has several roles and value propositions that make it essential for THORChain's functionality and success. Here are some of them. Rune as the base currency and settlement layer. Rune is used as the base currency and settlement layer for all cross-chain swaps on THORChain. This means that every swap involves Rune as one of the assets in the pool. For example, if you want to swap BTC for ETH, you actually swap BTC for Rune and then Rune for ETH. This simplifies the swap process and reduces the number of transactions required. It also creates a constant demand and utility for Rune, since there will be more swapping activities involving the token, which should be of major benefit to those of you interested in investing in this token. Rune as the governance token. Like most newer generation blockchains, Rune is used as the governance token that allows nodes to vote on network upgrades and parameters. This means that nodes have a say in how THORChain evolves and operates. Rune as the security token. Rune is used as a security token that aligns the incentives of nodes, liquidity providers, and swappers. This means that Rune is used to ensure that all participants act in the best interest of the network. For example, nodes have to stake Rune as bonds to secure the network and earn rewards. If they misbehave or fail to perform their duties, they risk losing their bonds or getting slashed. On the other hand, liquidity providers have to deposit Rune along with another asset into pools to provide liquidity and earn fees. If they withdraw their liquidity or cause an imbalance in the pools, they pay a fee or suffer a loss. Likewise, swappers have to pay a fee in Rune to use the network and benefit from its liquidity and security. If they make large or unfavorable swaps, they pay a higher fee or incur slippage. Now, Rune has a fixed supply of only 500 million tokens, all of which were minted at once, with 50% of the supply distributed across different functions like operational reserve, community reserve, team and advisors, and others, while 50% is allocated to the nodes and liquidity providers through emissions. Rune has a dynamic emission schedule that adjusts based on the network's performance and demand. The emission rate starts at 25% per year and decreases by 2% every year until it reaches 1%. The emission rate aims to balance the supply and demand of Rune and to incentivize liquidity and security. With this in mind, you can see that Rune has the potential to become a store of value like Bitcoin because of its unique token supply dynamics. That said, THORChain serves several use cases for different types of users, including liquidity providers, swappers, synthetic asset users, nodes, savers, and borrowers. As you can see, THORChain offers something for everyone, providing several ways to earn passive income or grow your finances. However, THORChain is not without its challenges. THORChain faces some technical, scalability, competitive, and regulatory challenges that may affect its growth and adoption. So be sure to keep that in mind as you engage with this network. All in all, THORChain is an interesting blockchain ecosystem and another project we have our eyes on. We remain cautiously optimistic about THORChain and are waiting to see how it performs over the medium to long term. That's all for today's video. If you found our video informative, then please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon to get updates on all our future videos. Also, let us know what project you would like us to cover next in the comments below.